Bills-Ravens.
Bills-Ravens.
A potential euphoric experience this upcoming Saturday, or just depression?
Well, you didn't even, that's not even the first game. First game is Packers-Rams.
That's what appears first on my screen. Packers-Rams.
I'm just going chronologically here.
Packers somehow
Or time.
first team in NFL history to get 2 consecutive bye weeks in a row in the playoffs.
I think you're okay. So here's the problem. Here's where I see the Packers having issues. The Rams defense is good, and when we saw from a good defensive front, aka Tampa Bay, the Packers got blown out.
Yeah, this team lost to the Jets a couple weeks ago.
But they also have Aaron Donald, and we also lost our All-Pro lineman, David Bakhtiari.
Yeah,
He's been like first team and like Pro Bowl every single year for like the past 5 years,
I'm still feeling like
or however long it's been.
10-point blowout.
I'm just saying, if it's bad, I'm nervous.
I'm nervous.
Especially because of the cornerback play. They have Ramsey.
Did you go up against the worst team in the remaining?
Yeah,
other
but
than
no,
the Saints?
they have Jalen Ramsey, who's probably going to shadow Devontae all game. And so if he can even 50% of him, if he takes out half of his production, we're missing our best lineman, and they have the best lineman. I'm just saying, it's going to come down to
Whoever wants him.
I don't know if I want to say it. It's going to come down.
Aaron Jones.
No, it's going to come down to our
Marcus
receiving core.
Valdes-Scantling.
It's going to come down to Valdes-Scantling, and it's going to come down to Lazard.
Hey, he'll be good for 2 drops.
And that is a proposition that I do not like. I'm nervous about this one as a Packer fan. I'm very nervous.
I was looking on FanDuel for drop bets for Valdes-Scantling, and I couldn't find any. Because I would have taken the over.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I
think
don't know.
Packers will win by like 10.
I'm very nervous. I could see the Packers losing this one. Now, you might say,
That'd be pathetic
you've
if
talked
they
up
did.
their defense a ton, but who on the Rams is scoring points? And then that might be a fair counter to me being overly bearish.
Cam Akers looking all right, but Bills-Ravens, if the Bills could just stop their run, which
You're just done talking about this game already?
not much more to say.
Well, you didn't go over the lines or anything. I thought you were doing free money.
Free money's the next segment.
How
But
about
the line is 6.5 Green Bay favorites. I'm taking that. for
I'm
the
probably
Green Bay.
taking the Rams.
Bro.
I'm very nervous about
You
this.
have little faith.
I am. I get very nervous when we have one good receiver and they have an all-pro corner, and I'm scared of Aaron Donald. I'm very scared of him. With David Bakhtiari out, especially. Again, I don't know if one-armed Jared Goff's going to be able to do anything about it, but I'm nervous.
I'm scared of J.K. Dobbins, and I'm scared of Lamar Jackson's legs. Because if you watched the Bills game, which I know you did because you watched it with me, you know that defense can't. It was struggling stopping some of the running from.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
They can't stop a pass to save their life, but Lamar can't throw a pass to save his life. So those kind of cancel out. But their run defense wasn't incredible, and I hope they could really step it up.
I'm a little nervous. I mean, the Colts held the Bills to 27.
27 was probably one of the highest scoring games.
Well, Aaron Rodgers has lost to 49, so I don't know.
The whole game too. They were getting a lot of pressure on Allen, and he seemed to deal with it pretty well. Other than that 24-yard
Ravens
sack.
defense is a different league than the Colts.
Still, he was
defense.
pressured almost every play.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm a little nervous. The receiving options are good enough that I think you'll have some option. If I'm being honest, I'm nervous. Like I mentioned, the aforementioned. I'm nervous about Josh Allen having the classic meltdown like last season.
No.
I'm just gonna run out.
When he did that pitch out of bounds, that stopped the clock and got him the first
How
down.
about this? I will.
But they had no timeouts left. That was a smart play.
Free money. Bet a Josh Allen turnover.
Well, turnover. I mean, it's not unheard of to have a turnover in a game.
I'm betting a Josh Allen interception.
Okay. He threw like 10 of them this season, so it's over 50%.
Do you think
on.
Do you think he'll have a turnover?
He'll probably turn the ball over once.
Twice. Do you think? No. Oh, okay.
He's too good for that.
Actually, we never did. Did we ever do predictions for Rams Packers? Oh,
said they won by at least
yeah.
10.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we did. As far as
Feeling
the Bills defense,
Bills victory.
well, do you think the Bills are good enough to stop Lamar?
No. But then again, the Titans weren't able to stop him last week either. And they gave up 20 points.
And they lost. Oh,
Yeah, they gave up 20 points. So as long as the Bills aren't stupid and give them 5 free turnovers, the Bills are going to win.
Titans play a lot of time of possession football, though.
So do the Bills.
I thought you don't have a run game.
Yeah, no, they really don't. I just said that.
Here, I just want to see how many minutes each team had it last. Where is it?
Oh, the Bills lost last week for sure.
No. I'm looking at the Baltimore Titans. The Ravens had it 34 minutes
Yeah, they only put up 20 points.
to 26 by the Titans.
Yeah, they only put up 20 points.
When they're playing competitive games, their games are going to be lower scoring because of how they play. Because they're going to try to eat a lot more clock.
Still feeling the Bills. Bills line plus 2.5. I'll take that. I say they win by 6.
I'll probably take the Bills, but this is another one. There aren't many games I feel good about. The only one is the next game that I feel any form of confidence
Yeah, the
with.
next game, Browns, Chiefs, Kansas City line 10. I think it's a little disrespectful, but I could see Kansas City win by at least 7.
That is really disrespectful.
Yeah, I think
especially for a team that just blew out this team.
the problem is the Browns do all their work on the ground. And if the Chiefs could jump to a big lead, which they always do, then the Browns are going to have to stop running the ball, and they're just going to be lost. And
If you ask me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, so I have no faith in them.
The Browns come across to me as
Actually, 90-10. 90-10.
Oh. The Browns come across to me as a team that is average at about everything.
No, their running game's elite.
Okay, fine. But I mean, quarterback,
I'd say it's above average.
I would even say, what I mean is like offense in general is Like, I'm not scared of the Browns offense. I'm not scared of the Browns defense.
You should be.
I would rather play the Browns than the Rams.
Oh, hell no. No. The Browns could put up more than 10 points. And I know Rams put up 30 last week, but
I'm nervous.
sounds like you're nervous about a lot of things.
Actually, no, I'm not. I was nervous about the Rams. I'm not nervous about this.
Yeah, this one's whatever.
I don't think, even if they run well. So the only real path to victory here for the Browns is
Turnovers.
you have to major time of possession. You know how sometimes with a really good offense, if you can kind of slow them down right off the bat, they get kind of frustrated and it's like a 3-and-out kind of situation. Their only hope is to control major time of possession and get touchdowns and limit the possessions from home.
The Chiefs have looked really vulnerable this year, though.
I think they were in Warriors frickin' mode from 2 years ago,
that's what I
where
was thinking too.
we got the 1 seed locked up and we have for the last
Because
2 months.
It
So let's
seemed
just-
like there were plenty of games where oh, they might just lose this one. And of course, they never did. But you're always like, oh,
well, as somebody who was at the Chiefs playoff game last year where they were down 28-0, I mean,
that's a different breed.
you could even, this is almost even bad if you're a Browns fan. They were up 28-0 and almost lost last week to Browns. And the Chiefs last year were down 28-0 and won. So
Yeah, that's the difference between the Texans and the Browns. They just the Browns. That's people like to say,
there's a difference between modern Steelers and
they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything, but they did what they needed to do, which very few can do these days. Surprisingly. Moving on, the Saints.
Well,
and the Bucs.
we didn't stay with the bet. You said 10.
10.
Where are you going?
If it's minus 10, I'm taking the Browns.
If I got 9.5, I would take the I'd take the Chiefs. 10 is a lot.
I don't even want to talk about the Saints and Bucks. I'm
going to actually take the Chiefs, though.
Taking the Chiefs?
I think it easily could hit the line perfect.
Both these teams are just sorry teams in my book. Especially the Saints. That's just, watching them play is just sorry.
I am tired of seeing
Drew Brees throwing it to Alvin Kamara behind the line of scrimmage.
Tired of his noodle-ass arm.
Throwing the quick slant. I'm tired of seeing this.
Sick of Taysom Hill coming in the most obvious running situation and people not paying run.
They put him in. He runs the ball 3 times in a row. He comes in the 4th time. Everyone, no, I wonder what he's going to do with it. He's going to run it, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
4th and 1. And then everybody plays like he's going to pass. He's running it 100% of the time. He just takes it to the outside. He never even runs AB. It's always he bounces out.
Yep.
And it's like anybody with eyes could see that this was coming.
He's just one of those guys. Every time he's in the game, I'm like, why is he here? Because when he starts as quarterback, I'd argue he's average, maybe slightly above. But when they use him as the gadget player, it's just like, hey guys, you want to burn it down? I'm like, yeah, let's get rid of one. And I go, well, there's the complete pass, or there's a 1-yard run. It's like, well, why is he here?
I think my biggest problem with him, honestly, is the fans.
Oh my.
If people would just say, yeah, the guy's not that great at anything.
Twitter has turned on him this year, and I'm very happy.
If everybody just admitted he was garbage, I probably wouldn't even hate him because it's not like he does anything that's overly hate-worthy.
My big problem is like it's just the whole why are you here? Like it seems like he's forced in every game. It's like why are you forcing this guy in here? Like why are you wasting the time? Why is this guy even here? Every time like hey maybe we could line him up as tight end. Line him up as tight end. They don't throw it to him. Like oh we can do it all. It's like what do you mean you can do it all? I can line up as tight end.
Yeah, I hope this is Brees last season.
Me too. I'm tired.
I'm really getting tired of these, and I know a couple of these guys haven't quite gotten to the point that Brees is at, or like Peyton Manning was at. But like it's some of these old guys, it's like I'm tired of seeing your throws being awful and going too short, and every time you throw a Hail Mary, you got to bring an alternate quarterback in.
yeah, it's like
It's just like I'm just kind of get some new guys in
hang
here.
him up.
Which
It was like
and these guys were
Phillip Rivers' Hail Mary last week. He was like 10
you
yards
bring in
short.
Jacoby Brissett all year to throw Hail Marys just so you can let Phillip Rivers be 10 yards short of the end zone.
Yeah,
I get very frustrated with it as well. I respect the hell out of these guys. It's just like it's time, fellas.
yeah, like
And I get it that they're still good enough that you're better than
with an offense that's completely tailored to them, so it can hide their weaknesses. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah,
enough.
the Saints offense
is
brutal.
made so Drew Brees doesn't look like an
It's like
idiot.
the Alex Smith Chiefs and the any Alex Smith offense.
That's enough for the Saints and Bucks. Saints favored by 3 points. I'm taking the Bucks
Saints are favored
by 3.
Favored?
They beat them 2 in a row.
Oh man, I'm really split on this one. How bad did I don't remember the Tampa game. They barely beat Washington.
Well, you guys barely beat the Bears.
I'm gonna take the Saints, and I don't feel that great about it.
Well, that's the.
Is that crazy?
No.
I think I just don't. The Bucks always seem to be, and I know they always somehow figure it out in the middle of the fourth quarter. I just feel like the Bucks are always in like. Never have like how a lot of teams you're like, oh, it's the third quarter and this game's over. Like the Bucks never have put anybody away before the fourth quarter. So every time I turn them on, I'm like, oh, the game's this close.
I just sit and think that
Unless it's the Packer game.
I think of
and I'm
last
not
week
thinking that.
where the Bears were one wide open drop away from being up 10-7 at half against the Saints, and that's unacceptable. That being said,
But then the Saints almost blow it against Heineke.